welcome. So today we're going to be learning Camel Pose. This is our pose breakdown. Camel Pose is a really nice back bend. It can feel a little bit more stable than some back bends because we're using our arms as support. I know that for me is one of the reasons that I like this pose so much. So before we come into Camel Pose, you want to make sure that you're nice and warmed up. And some things that I would suggest are front of your hips. So any lunging poses are good to warm that up. Sides of your hips, any warrior poses, warrior two, triangle, side angle, those are all great for warming up the sides of your hips. And also your shoulders. So one of my favorite shoulder openers is Anahatasana, or it's called melting heart pose. So keeping your hips over your knees, walking your hands forward, and then drawing your chest down towards the floor. And either your forehead and your nose come down, or your nose and your chin come down to the ground. It feels so good on your shoulders, the space between your shoulder blades, and even your pec muscles. It feels so good. All right, so once you're nice and warm, first place that we're going to come to is standing on our knees with our toes tucked underneath us. So lifting up through your sternum. Remember, in any back bend, we're not dumping weight into our low back. We're lifting up through our chest. So sternum is moving towards the ceiling. Lifting up, maybe palms lifting towards the ceiling, and then draw your hands to your sacrum. So your fingertips of your pants, pressing forward. Lift up through your chest. Maybe you walk your gaze up and back. Exhale to come forward. So that's place number one. You can always practice there for as many times as you would like. You always want to make sure that your tailbone is lengthening, your inner thighs are rotating behind you, your toes are pressing down, and your ankles are moving towards each other. So there's a lot of like little motions that are happening from your hips all the way down, as well as the stretching up through your sternum. So second place is lifting your sternum, moving back, maybe drawing your hands towards your heels, and then use the pressure of your arms to keep lifting up through your chest. Tailbone is lengthening, inner thighs rolling back behind you. On an exhale, you'll come back up to center. Last place to come into full expression of camel pose is with your toes down, so tops of your feet down on the ground. This just makes your heels a little bit farther away. It gives you a little bit deeper of a stretch. Once again, lifting up, looking up, and then maybe bringing your hands to your heels. Hips keep pressing forward. Chest keeps lifting up. And then exhale to come back up. And a good release for that pose is a wide-legged child's pose. And drawing your forehead down to the ground. Thank you so much for checking in. I will see you soon. Namaste.